Hi there, welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and on this channel I'm attempting to cash budget my way out of debt and fix several years of financial misbehaviour. So if that's something you're interested in following along with, please don't forget to stick around and check out the other content I've created for you on this channel. Now, I am back with a rather fun pie in the sky, what would this look like type video. This is not a reflection of my current financial status at all, but it's been very much inspired by the likes of the very, very wonderful Yasmin, Camilla and Budget with Ira, who have created what is their ideal budget. What would their ideal budget look like? What therefore would they need to earn to achieve this ideal budget? And whilst my own budget at the minute is going through lots of changes, I've decided that I'm not going to do an ideal budget video. I'm still trying to establish actually what are my true core costs, what does my income really need to be to meet those. And I think once I have that down, only then would I personally feel comfortable with the okay, right, what's the pie in the sky, what could I do and what could I earn. And I also have to be quite achievable with how I and realistic. I'm very careful with how I measure things like this because it weirdly can make me feel quite down in the dumps if I see all of a sudden for me to achieve this ideal budget or like a dream budget, I guess, that I need to be earning just money which is not achievable for me as it stands per month. So what I've decided to do instead is an ideal savings. This is I'm going to take you through. So this is just a really, really fun kind of dreaming pie in the sky activity, which, do you know what, I suggest everyone does, because it will really, really help you kind of go, oh yeah, okay, maybe I can work to some form of version of this if you are stuck with things like that. I have created a scenario wherein I am still single. I either own a house or I am in a long-term rental that I will not be leaving from for several years, and I have paid off my debt. I've not dictated anything in terms of I'm going to be earning this amount of money or that amount of money, because again, things change within the education sector that I'm going into as well. I may choose to specialise in a certain area. I may decide to push for a senior leadership team role. I may not do. I may decide to, and I don't think I'm going to specialise in SEND, so I'll put it out there. But for example, you can specialise in SEND and things like that. And obviously then where you work in the country has this impact. So I've not dictated my income. This is purely just a list of, actually, in a ideal like dream world, what would I have in savings using that broad banner of debt free in a stable either home ownership or long-term and significantly long-term excellent relationship with landlord, can do what I want to the house type thing, and still have the cat and be a solo earner. Here we go. This is a fun activity, and I had lots of fun with this. Now, the first thing I would like to do is actually have 1 year ahead, which I've estimated to be about £40,000 after tax. Now, that would be really nice if after tax and deductions I was taking home £40,000 a year. That would be lovely. I think in terms of like monthly, after tax, that's £3,333. So yeah, but this is actually, I think, something that I might look to work towards long term once I am debt free, and that's because during the pandemic, I was part of the group of individuals that received no support at all from government, charities, sectors, whatever. And there were some individuals, depending on what business or industry they ran, where they did not have work for 12 to 18 months, and only the kind of gold standard at the time, 3 months worth of savings. Well, if you're not working for 12 to 18 months, or certainly you're not generating the same amount of income, that very much drove the I think Lydia Sen, who's an American budgeting YouTuber, really, really good channel. I've been watching her for years. She and her husband worked to have a year's worth of income saved. And that's because she had a variable income. So they worked to have a year's worth of income saved and basically put themselves a year ahead. And then obviously the pandemic happened, and there were certain individuals that did not have certainly the same level of income. They may have gone out and gotten alternative jobs, but in terms of the income that they were generating from their business, or certainly trying to run their business and work as well and get that up and running, I think a year's worth of income is definitely a step up, and that is something completely separate to an emergency fund, which I think on this basis, let's just say I wasn't going to look at hypothetical numbers, was I, guys? Oh well, there we go. So yeah, it's a 5-month emergency fund, £17,500. The cat, I would like to have £10,000 saved and set aside. In terms of like a realistic thing, so he now needs 2 heart scans a year, and his food and meds is coming in at £300 a month. The heart scans alone are £1,400. That's without any vets visits. This is just the heart scans, and I'm still waiting to find out and have asked the question. And I hated to ask the question because it's just another cost I need to account for. Is actually, when does he need follow-ups outside of these heart scans? Does he need 1 monthly follow-ups? Does he need 3 monthly follow-ups? Does he need additional 6 monthly follow-ups as well? So I think £10,000 set aside just for the cat in an emergency is a must. Renovation, this is either for this theoretical property that I own or rent and can do what I like to. £20,000. Now I am training to be a design technology teacher, and I do love a little bit of restoring and revitalizing things and thinking outside of the box. So I'm not thinking £20,000 and a new kitchen or bathroom suite, guys. I'm thinking £20,000, right? Challenge accepted. Let's do this in this hypothetical situation. A new car to me. Now, I am not a fan of new cars. I personally don't subscribe to the hire purchase, car finance, lump sum payment things, because like most technology, cars start to lose their value as soon as you drive them away. And on that basis, I love second-hand cars, and I think that actually for £12,000 you can get, hi cat, where are you going and what are you doing? Okay. Said cat that needs a £10,000 emergency fund by himself might be coming to join us. Don't you climb those very loose shelves. Hi. You're causing chaos in a room that's very, very untidy. There's going to be some clatter clash blang in the background, guys. I either have to deal with the cat or I carry on recording, and I'm trying to record. Bowie, that's not stable. No. It was stable, and then I piled loads of crap on it. Come on. Come this way. Come say hi to people. Come on. Okay, there is a cat literally at the side of the camera. You might see him in a second. Are you going to see Tail? There is Tail. Okay. So a new car to me. And also as well, I think that as soon as you have got a car, you kind of need to be saving for your next one, particularly if you are going down the second-hand car route. So £12,000 for that one. Replacements. This is replacements white good, technology, a really decent pair of walking boots or a tent if you're a hiker that breaks. Replacements, £5,000, and crazy spending. Now, anyone who's watched this channel since the beginning will know that I am definitely a spender, and what I would really, really love is just a pot which is just absolutely mindless, like do what you want, spend on a thing, impulse spending pot, basically. £5,000. A big or a main holiday, which I've never had. I have family that live in Australia, and realistically for return flights it's £1,500 to £2,000, so that's a chunk of it gone already if I were to go see them. I've never done a big or a main holiday. I've never flown long haul. In fact, I don't think I've ever flown at all. Big main holiday, £20,000, and then a mini break, like let's go to New York for 4 days type mini break, £2,500. Annual insurances, £2,000. Hobbies, yes, £2,000. I want license to spend on my hobbies as I would. Outings, concerts, etc., £4,000. Collectibles. Now, I wear my nerd hat with pride. I have all of the badges and all of the lanyards and all of the things. I could probably quote the Lord of the Rings film and book word for word. I think I've seen Empire Strikes Back coming up to nearly about 1,000 times in my entire lifetime. I'm accumulating a library. When you get to 1,000 books, apparently you have a library. I'm up to 882. I think it was my last count, and I have got more books coming for Christmas because I bought them for myself for Christmas. Yeah. But the thing is, right, being a nerd, it's quite expensive. It's not even a hobby, it's a lifestyle, and it's a wonderful lifestyle, but it is expensive. And when Weta Workshop release their latest collectible, and you like, I want to buy it. I want it. Okay, I want it. I want the Sauron's Weta Workshop collectible standing at the bridge in Mordor, and he's got the ring and there's flames. I want it. It's $1,500, but I want it. I want the Rivendell Lego set. £500. I want the Death Star Lego set. That's quite expensive. Guys, okay? Look, there's a reason why I end up in debt sometimes. And it's because the impulsive spending on the collectibles gets a bit too much. Okay? Oh, can we just, like, establish that? Like, there's like, yeah. £5,000 collectible fund. And then finally on this list of things that I was trying to think of, professional development, £10,000. And that is, that can be course to learn, because you don't, like, good luck with schools having budgets to actually pay now for their staff to go on, like, courses to learn new things, because there's no budget for it because Department of Education. But if there's, like, a really new innovative piece of technology that like I would love to learn how to use and develop, I'd like that. Professional development could also be courses, learning aids, things like that, £10,000. When I am saying that I really want to kind of aggressively pursue a career in education, I do. I don't quite know what field, like how far I want to go yet, but I certainly know that within design and technology and its impact, and actually is there an impact on pupil premium students taking design and technology classes? What are their long-term outcomes? What can we do as a subject because it's an expensive subject to take if you're a student, and it's also an expensive subject for a school to run. Like, how does that, so I really want to kind of look and see. At the minute, that's where my thoughts are going. What is there a correlation between pupil premium, so the free school meal kids, the kids on the lower end of the social spectrum, what's their attainment looking like, what are their life outcomes looking like, what can we do to actually get design and technology properly functioning to basically plug the skills gap, because there is a skills gap and there is therefore a careers gap, quote unquote blue collar jobs, and what role can design and technology at GCSE take within that. That's at the minute, just from being 4 months in, what I'm kind of looking at and what realization I'm coming to, because at the minute what I have observed is that quote unquote the bad kids, just chuck them in design technology, they'll suit that. But then actually it's how do you then, as a design and technology teacher, manage the outcome for those kids who have gotten used to, I'm trying to find my words really carefully, who have come to expect a certain amount of treatment and behaviour, and how do you then undo that, and how do you then also manage an incredibly dangerous workroom in the school? And I would put an argument in that the design and technology workshops, particularly if you've got woodworking and engineering, are the most dangerous rooms in the school. Sorry, science. The amount of blades alone in design and technology, and that's before you get to the machines that can, like, cause life-changing or fatal injuries that are just casually sitting there. So yeah, career professional development, £10,000, a little bit of investment in myself that's not a collectible, an outing or a hobby or a holiday. I'm not going to go through and add all of these up. Some enterprising soul can do that for me in the comments, because I have a cat sitting on my notepad just here. Little bits of fluff. Little bits of fluff. Anyway, I'm going to go and yeah, I have got my first term review where I find out if I've passed my first term in about 3 hours. So I thought I would do something lighthearted and fun before I just go curl up in the corner as a bundle of nerves. On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. I will see you tomorrow for another Budgetmas video, and I hope you have a fantastic budgeting week wherever you are in the world. Bye bye for now.